Hello Sagittarius, Elsie here to do a reading for you. Sag, I'm just here to say thank you, simply. Just want to get some bonus energy on the table for you before the sneak peek comes back out again, and I just want to say thank you. You really humble me in the ways that you celebrate this channel and the way that you really support me. So thank you so much for the thumbs up, for the hypes, whatever way, being in the comments, anything that you do here is really appreciated, and I just want to say thanks. We're going to do a bonus read, my friend, and we're going to find out what is coming up for you. Look, it could be past, present, or future, depending on what lens you come here with. I always tend to try and stay in the future, but we'll see what the cards say, right? Don't forget, only 6 days left on the 10% off sale that is going on the private reads. Look in the pinned comment for all of that and the code to take to Hypsee. The link to Hypsee is there as well. Let's find out what's going on for Sagittarius, my fire family. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sag, we've got the moon. Why is that? We've got the Ten of Swords. Okay, Charlie just said you've got to let it go. Sag, you've got to let it go. I feel, Sag, that the moon energy is here because things aren't as they seem. It feels like somebody betrayed you or really hurt you. Have you been thinking about this for a while? Because that's what it feels like. Possibly 10 days or 10 weeks. It feels like it's really coming to the surface in Cancer season, right? Cancer Piscean energy here. It feels like it's in your intuition, or in your, like, it feels like it's sitting right in your stomach area is what it feels like. And it also feels like the reason it's coming back up again is probably because we have retrograde going on right now. Mercury is retrograding in Cancer, which is bringing up things that we're reconsidering. I'm wondering if we should give the situation a second chance. So I don't know what the situation is just yet, but it feels like it's a situation that it feels as though somebody pushed you out of their circle, or somebody is ignoring you. It feels like you've been watching them through a window. I don't think at their home, but a window, I meant to say like a window like the internet or something like that. It feels like detachment, and also feels like I'm tired of feeling this way. I feel like these feelings have come up here and you don't know what to do with them. You're wondering, should I give the situation a second chance? Because I don't think you like this isolation or being on the outside looking in. Feeling in lack, feeling betrayed. It feels like your mind is... it's like there's something here that you can't stop thinking about. We've got the Two of Swords. We've got the Justice in the reverse. Okay, so whatever this was, you didn't get any justice in something. It feels like an open door, or something that feels like something that is out of whack, I would say. Like it's, okay, I'll show, Charlie is showing me a shelf. It's got spices on it. I don't know what spices it on, but the shelf just went like that and all the spices fell off. So it feels like there's something that is not quite level, or there's no harmony here. Something here needs to be restored. Somebody needs to do the right thing here. And I feel like somebody here is not willing to do that. It feels like there's a block in emotions, or a block in psychic energy, or a intuitive energy. I don't know what's going to happen here. That's what it's giving me with this blindfold on. I think that the universe is sort of blocking the situation so you will go to your intuition. You didn't get justice in something, and I think it hurt you. And I think it's coming back up in the mind. That's what it feels like. You're thinking about it again. And I think that the reason it's showing up is because of the retrograde energy that we're going through. There's so many more placements going on besides the retrograde energy, but that is, one that it makes it hard for us to make decisions, right? Because it's sort of clouding our emotions. Yeah, it's something that you've been hanging on to. So this is nostalgia. It feels like a memory, because the swords are here. It feels like a memory. It feels like somebody chose to move on, or chose to move on from the situation or the memory because it was too chaotic. I can't deal with it. I don't want to deal with it right now. But it feels like it didn't fix anything. We just ignored it. We put it in the past, but it's still hanging on because I didn't get any justice, and I still feel like that door is open or something is still unresolved. But it feels like with the Six of Cups that it's coming back up again. Yeah, emotionally it's coming back up again. Tell me why the Ten of Swords is here. What sort of situation are we talking about? It feels like you can't stop thinking about it, the Ten of Swords and the Six of Cups. You didn't get any justice. You still feel isolated, or that somebody doesn't want you around or is avoiding you possibly. We've got the Two of Wands. I'm stuck. The Six of Pentacles. And the King of Wands. I really do feel that you want to resolve this. I feel like you want to talk to somebody or give them some sort of reciprocal energy. Sag, I'm just going to say, look, I know that you are not a fixed sign, but I also know how stubborn you are. I know that you are. And it does feel like possibly someone has reached out to you, but you haven't answered. It feels like I'm stuck. I want to move into the future, and I don't want to have to deal with this. But it's unresolved, and it feels like you're having a hard time moving into the future because something here you got no justice in. It's unresolved. I feel like somebody is trying to communicate with you. But I also feel like with this Two of Wands here, that you haven't made the decision whether to pick up the phone, answer the text, whatever it is. Two of Wands, you can see here, he hasn't quite reached out. He hasn't decided. Do I go with the Sun, have the breakthrough, or I just hide in the Moon energy, which is right here? So I feel like you haven't quite decided what you want to do with the situation. I'm not saying you were the cause of it, but I'm saying that somebody here wants to speak with you. It feels like it could be somebody who's in the King of Wands energy. So this person could be somebody who's quick with their words, and then, you know, with the Fire and Swords, I've told you this before if you've been here before, Fire and Swords to me is like a forked tongue, like a sharp tongue. It feels like somebody may have said something that they regret. Maybe it's you. We've got Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy here. And it feels as though it has stopped you, I'm going to say, from moving into the future. It almost feels as if the universe is saying, look, you need to resolve this before you can go forward. Because the Six of Pentacles is here. And that is reciprocal energy. If it were to be breadcrumbing, I would say the other person is not answering your calls. But I think that somebody does want to speak with you about the Ten of Swords, but I feel like you're not answering the call or you're not answering the text. I don't feel like you want to at this time. Tell me about the Moon. We've got the Ten of Wands. We've got the Knight of Wands. And we have the Nine of Cups in the reverse. Yes, Devil is here. So I feel like there's doubts. I feel like this thing is never going to let you go. It feels like attachment. The Ten of Wands is here. I think that what the Moon is giving is this illusion or this thing that you don't really know about, or it's almost like you can't see the way clear. The illusion with the Ten of Swords gives me that person was lying to me. They thought I wasn't going to find out, and they were lying to me. And so I'm not saying that you're not. I'm not saying that you're not within your rights to not answer. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what the situation is, but the Ten of Wands is here, and it feels like this Moon energy is really weighing heavy on you. How you feel about it and how it's making you feel emotional is a really heavy emotional weight right now. It feels like something was done quickly without something that somebody thought they weren't going to get any recourse. They were careless about something they said or something they did. Because with the Nine of Cups being here, it feels as though I thought this person was a different kind of person. I didn't think that they would ever do this to me. They were hiding something from me. And then it feels like something was done super quick. without regard for stability in the relationship, in the friendship, in the family. And now it feels as though you're in the Nine of Cups in the reverse. You're in disillusionment. This wasn't what I thought it was going to be. This is not wish fulfillment. I don't want it. But it does feel like it's weighing on you rather heavily and emotionally. Look, it feels like you're carrying it around. It feels like it's attached to you. You're carrying it around and you can't seem to let it go. Tell me about the Five of Pentacles. It could be over money. Maybe someone, you lent them money and they're not paying it back. Maybe you really need it at this time. We've got the Three of Cups. We've got the Hierophant. And we've got the Star. Look, it feels like this was something that was made to last, built to last. But I also feel like you need to stand on business. I feel, like I feel like you're just being a little bit stubborn. But that being said, I think you want the situation to heal itself. Which says to me that I feel like you want somebody to admit their fault. It really hurt you deeply. Like, not only did it piss you off, but it really hit you deeply, like deeply and emotionally. I think that you are not going to social things, or you're on the outside looking in of some sort of a social group where they do a lot of celebrating. They're inviting you to things, or maybe you're getting phone calls or texts or something that's asking you to go and you're just not answering. It feels like it has to do with, maybe it's connected to the Three of Cups. And I feel like you are doing your own thing, standing on business, being quiet. I feel like you're trying to heal yourself before you go back into the social group and speak to this person, whoever it is that hurt you. It feels like there is some sort of hurt going on here too. It feels like you're dealing in a block though. I'm just going to say that you're blocked. I'm not interested in showing my feelings at this time. It feels like you're being very careful with, I'm not going to allow you to hurt me again. And tell me about the Two of Swords. We've got the Sun, we've got the Three of Swords, and we've got the Knight of Swords. Okay, so I believe that you realize that you're blocked. I don't think that you're unaware. I think you're doing it on purpose. I think that you're holding back, not saying something, not making a decision. It feels like you're at a crossroads. Do I just simply block everybody and be done with it? Or do I try and work this out? Because I don't think that you feel you're the one that has to step forward or should have to step forward because you didn't cause the problem. That's what it feels like. So the Sun is here, and I think you're very aware right now that you're at a crossroads, but I don't think you know what to do with it. I think that the Hierophant energy tells me I was really committed to this social group. I was really committed to this person. I was their friend. It could have been a relationship. It could be a love relationship. It feels like you're trying to heal yourself so you can take a step forward and get back into the social group, but I don't think that's going to happen right now. I think you're hoping they'll come to you because the Hierophant is here standing on business and the Hierophant isn't moving. Hoping that somebody wants to come to you and heal it. I think that you want somebody to admit what they've done. We've got the Three of Swords. And so I think that you're really aware. It feels like it was maybe a conversation. Like I was saying, like it feels like somebody blurted something out, said something that offended you, said something that was really private that you didn't want anybody else to know, Two of Swords, and they blurted it out in a social situation, told your business, maybe they owe you money, maybe somebody said you owed them money. It feels like the Sun here tells me with the Three of Swords and the Two of Swords, it's Five Swords. It tells me that there is some sort of fundamental difference. There's something here that I will never agree to, and you're going to have to come to me and apologize before I'm going to be able to speak with you again. Otherwise, I'm just going to stay committed to myself. So the Three of Swords is here. I think that somebody here is very aware that they hurt you. But it feels like they're waiting till you heal before they say something. I think with the Sun here, there's realizations and breakthroughs. I feel like something is revealed to someone that you're not coming around, or you're blocking them, or not talking to them, or not taking their calls because of something that was said. Something was pretty out of pocket here. The Gemini energy is here. I do feel that eventually this person will come to you, but I think in the meantime, you're keeping to yourself. You're isolating yourself. I think you keep thinking about it over and over again. Look, this isn't good for your health either. But I don't think you need to go forward because somebody else was the cause of the issue. It feels like you are somebody who really stands on business and you're very loyal. They might have questioned your loyalty. Tell me about justice in the reverse. We've got the Lovers. So this person I feel is connected to you more than any other person. It could be somebody that you dated, somebody you are dating, somebody who you're really close to. But it also could be somebody that you never know what's going to fly out of their mouth when they get into a social group with you. Because Gemini's here. It could be one way or the other, right? It feels like going forward to get the justice here is going to be a choice. So you have a choice to make is what it looks like. Ooh, boy. Yeah. The universe just laying it out here. You've got a choice to make. That's what it looks like. Are you going to end it or are you going to try and get the justice? And the World card is here. It doesn't seem like it's out of the realm of that I just won't talk to you again. The Death card is here. Do I want to try and transform the situation and try and see if I can get that Justice card to be in the upright? Or do I just close the door and be done with it? Because I really have other things that I could be doing. But the thing is I feel like the World card tells me that if you do it, it ends the chapter. You never go back. It feels like you lose the group. If you lose the one, you lose the many. So I think that it could go either way. I think there's a duality to the situation. It's a choice that's being made, but the Lovers could also mean that you're very connected to this person in a romantic way. It feels like you have to make a choice. Are you ending it completely and totally because of not getting your justice? Let's talk about the Six of Cups. It feels like there's a lot of nostalgia here. You've known this person since you were a child. Maybe they're a member of your family. It feels like there is a lot of history here. And they should have known better. Charlie just said they should have known better. And I feel like somebody just blurted it out. That's what it feels like with the Knight of Swords here, Gemini energy. Somebody just said it. But they said it out in the open. And I think that's the problem. They involved other people and it was none of their business. Oh yeah, the Magician. Sorry, I thought I was looking at the back of the cards. We got the Magician. We've got the Temperance card. And we've got the Queen of Cups, okay? Sag, this says it all. There you are, in Temperance. I feel like you are the one that's in Temperance right now. I think you are in an eerie calm. I don't think you're losing your mind. I don't think you're yelling about people. I don't think that you're losing your mind on anything. I think you're in an eerie calm. I think somebody here who's known you for years, maybe decades, should have known better than try to manipulate your energy. They should have known better. I feel like you are a person who is compassionate and kind. You are loving, and you are not scared to show people the depth of your emotion. And I feel like you are in this place where you are very even-keeled in your emotions. It feels like you have a very even temper, I'm going to say. But it also feels like with this Temperance that you have a sort of an eerie calm. And it's really all about this, I think. If I can't get justice and that person doesn't come forward and admit what they've done and try and make right of it, try and restore what they've done wrong, then I think I'm just going this way. Let's talk about what else is here. Maybe we can get some advice or what might come up here. Oh, I just looked up and saw 1818. I think that's what it says. Yeah, 1818. All right, let's take a look at it here. We've got the Eight of Wands. That is Sagittarian energy. We've got the Six of Swords. Somebody better make it very clear. Yeah, I feel like if you get it by text, yeah, I feel like if you get the communication by text, the Eight of Wands could very well be that. Maybe we could move past this. The Six of Swords is here. But this is Aquarian energy, and this is you better be very detailed. It better not be I'm sorry you feel that way or I'm sorry that you feel hurt. It better be what you did, how you did it, why you did it, and why you don't think that you knew better after knowing me for decades. It feels like you want a very detailed and factual apology if this is at all to move forward. I feel like you will get some sort of communication, and I think that's your worry, actually, that you're going to get some communication because I'm going to say that right now you're in this Temperance energy, but it feels like if this person tries to call you and says, oh, let's just water under the bridge, you know how I am. Like, it feels like they're going to try and sweep it away, and you're like, nope, I think that's your worry. Because I don't think you're worried about them. I think you're worried about yourself. I think you're worried about, I'm probably just going to lose my crap, if that's the way they call. We've got the Seven of Swords. We've got the Strength card. And we've got the Four of Wands. Look, I think what you don't realize is this person is deliberately holding back. It feels like they're trying to find the courage to come to you and say something. It feels like it's being concealed from you. They know they lied. Seven of Swords is here. They know they lied. It feels as though they do want stability here. They want you back in the family, if this is a family thing. They want stability. They want to get back to celebration. They want things to be happy again. But they're going to have to be very much be very, what's the word? They're going to have to come with an apology that's very intentional, is what it feels like here. Yeah, and maybe you might allow them in. Look, I feel like you are somebody who's been through a lot. You've been through a lot, and it feels like a lot of the things, it feels like maybe you ignore. You like say, okay, well, maybe that person's having a hard time in their life. Or maybe they didn't pay me back the money because they just didn't have it and they really needed it. It feels like you wish it away, or you heal it away, or you're like, don't worry about it, right? If that person doesn't mention it, I won't mention it. But there's something about this particular situation that is connected to nostalgia. Somebody should have known better. They've known you for a very long time. They've dated you. They've married you, whatever it is, if it's a family member. And it feels like you're just full on Queen of Wands here. Yeah. You're like, yeah, I'll bounce back. I absolutely will, but don't expect that I'm not going to make a bold move. It feels like there is indecision here. Somebody's holding back deliberately because they know they've done something wrong. The Seven of Swords is here. I feel like they are feeling the tension of you turning your back and disconnecting from them emotionally. Because look, you're in this Queen of Cups energy. They know you're usually kind and compassionate and loving and deep, and you usually show love to everybody. But you disconnected from your emotions, and I feel like that's what's making this person worried about coming forward and saying sorry. I feel like there is a conversation that is going to happen here, and I think that this person has been going through a hard time or a dark night of the soul. Look, I'm not saying you should forgive them just because of that, but I'm going to say that I really do feel that somebody's going through a hard time. And once they come out of that, they're going to realize that you've detached from them, and they're going to call you. I feel like you're going to get communication over this. What happens from there, I don't know. But I feel like you might end up getting some sort of justice from all of this. I'm going to leave this right here. Thank you, Sagittarius, again for watching. I appreciate every click that you give me. I appreciate you in the comments. I love to talk to you and see who this is resonating with. Don't forget, you have 6 days left if you'd like to get a personal reading on anything that might resonate with you here. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back to see the Fire family. I'm going to go. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.